On today's show, we'll be making easy appetizers. That's right, easy apps. Get it? We'll be making avocado and salmon squares. We'll also be making stuffed tomatoes, and we'll be making a feta, cranberry, and fresh basil topping for your crostini. Come on, let's go into the kitchen. First, we'll start with our feta, cranberry, and fresh basil topping for our crostini. So I have here some feta cheese, and this is going to be so easy. And you just take your fork, if you've bought it in a square like I have, and you just chop it up into these little chunks. There we go. So I'm going to dump that right into the bowl. Then we will chop some of the cranberries. Now, feel free to change your dried fruit to anything you'd like. What about some delicious dried apricots? What about figs? What about dried cherries? You can do any dried fruit you'd like. All right, so we're just gonna chop and chop these up. Very, very good. You wanna try to make these about the size of some of the crumbles in the feta cheese, and so that they'll fit nicely on your crostini. This is a quick snack. I make this a lot. If dinner is late, then I will make this. That way when my husband comes home, he'll have something to snack on while I finish up dinner. So there, we have that all nice and chopped up. And I'm just gonna put it right into the bowl. There we are. Easy cleanup too. Now, I'm gonna take some of these nice, beautiful basil leaves. And I'm going to do what we call chiffonade. That is, we take a couple of the leaves, we roll it up, and we cut. There we are. So I'm just gonna roll it up and we just chop. And I'm gonna go the other way so that we get these all nicely cut up. Smells so aromatic, so wonderful. So we're just chopping them all up. And it's okay if you get a large piece of basil on your crostini for here, because basil is one of those herbs that is just so tasty, whole or chopped. There we are. We're gonna just dump that right in. Now I'm just going to stir these together just to get them all incorporated. And look at the colors. Wouldn't this be just beautiful at holiday time? It's so beautiful. And trust me, this little will go a long way. There we are. Now I'm going to put in a little salt and a little pepper and drizzle in a little oil. Here's some salt. Here's a little pepper. Let's get that incorporated. Now, the olive oil that I'm using is a garlic infused. It's a seriously garlic infused olive oil. But I also like to use a garlic infused and pepper oil, which gives it sort of a kick. So I just did a little bit of that, and now this one has red pepper in it, and it does, give it just a little kick. This is wonderful. So after you get that all mixed in, and I did say this was easy. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. So we're just gonna dump that into the bowl. There we are. Isn't that just beautiful? And you can just sit that right out for your guests when they come over, and they'll come running. That's just beautiful. All right, here we are. Get my spoon. You know what? Let me move this over so we can get a really good shot of this. So I like to take a few roasted tomatoes that I've done here, and all I've done is just drizzle some olive oil, sprinkle a little salt and pepper, put them in the oven at 375, 400 for about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or maybe 8 minutes. And feel free to turn them over if you like, but you don't have to. And this is what I have. I can't wait to take a bite. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we will be back and get started on our next easy app. Check out Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee to learn new delicious recipes. Watch as I show you how to use fresh ingredients for healthy eating at every meal. Check your local listings for showtimes. The next easy app is our avocado and salmon squares. And you say, square? How should you get a square out of an avocado? I will show you. First, I want to show you how I crack my eggs at home. And it certainly works better after you boil the egg and then let it sit in cold water. But I take an egg, or you can crack it on the counter, it doesn't matter. But I usually just take an egg. Here's the important part here, or what makes it easier, is you go to that bottom part where that little air hole is in the egg, and you just wipe that away. And then you use your spoon, and you run your spoon up there. What the spoon will do is get up under, you know how that membrane or that extra skin is? You just sort of run your spoon under there. Look how it just pulls it up for you. Yeah. You ever wonder, well, how do they have these perfect deviled eggs? Or they don't, their eggs aren't all messed up. Well, they probably use a spoon or have some other method. So there you are, that easy way of getting that perfect egg out of the shell. Now, let me just push that over to the side. And we have our eggs right here on the plate. I'm just gonna put that egg right there with it. And the next thing I'm going to show you how we cut it up is the avocado. Now, let's do our avocado. So you take your knife and you simply just turn your avocado with the knife. Then you turn it. Voila, perfect cut, everything. There's the big seed, just a light tap, twist, and there is the avocado seed out. You are almost home free. I'm going to pull out my plate that I'll be using and show you what we do. And this is why I call it avocado squares, is I'm going to cut it right down the center of half. And we're going to keep the shell on because it makes it easy for picking up and then peeling it back and taking the bite. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that half in half. There we are. And there we are. Now, you can take that tip off if you want, or if you find any part that needs to come off. And they're not exactly squares, but that's square enough for me, right? Okay, so another thing we want to do is you want to have some lime juice handy. I'm going to take that lime juice and I'm just going to brush it all over the avocado. And this helps it to at least delay the browning for a while for you, so you can have time to prepare these. Because let's say you're preparing it for, a large, oops, that didn't hurt anything, a large party coming to your house, or you're taking them somewhere. If you're taking them somewhere, then I would keep them together as long as I can. Now, let me just move this over here. So, you know what, I might as well brush this half. Let's just keep that. So what I usually do at home is I'll brush the half with the lime juice, and then I'll turn it down. So yes, that's lime juice. Now, I have here a chipotle, a creamy chipotle sauce, which is very, very tasty and brings this entire dish together. And it actually makes everything come together literally because it's the glue. So I'll show you how I make that.
Here's a quick tip, creamy chipotle sauce. First, you'll need to add yogurt, mayonnaise, lime juice, sugar, chipotle, and cilantro to a food processor. Mix all the ingredients together. Add salt to taste and mix in. And there you have a creamy chipotle sauce. It's a quick tip.
Now that was easy, right? Okay, so we're gonna take a little squirt of the chipotle. Look at that, yep. And we're just gonna put it there. You might have to shake it up because it has some really good ingredients in here. Now that we have some of our creamy chipotle sauce in there, and look, I'm gonna keep a toothpick just in case I need to clear that passageway because you know we have the red pepper, chipotle peppers in there. I'm gonna take a piece of salmon. Now, this doesn't call for a lot of salmon, so you can feed a lot of people. This is the smoked Alaskan. This is sockeye. It's a very tasty and flavorful salmon. So your guests are going to love you or wherever you're taking this. So we're gonna put that right on top. Yeah, you can leave it. I like the way it drapes anyways. Now we're gonna use our glue again, not too much. There's such a nice bite from the peppers that this is why I really like this sauce. Now I could cut my top wider or cut my peppers a little smaller. Either way would work. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to even this out a little bit. There we are. Now, from here, I'm going to go ahead and put them on the plate I will actually be serving them on. Okay, so we have those there. Now I'm ready for my next group. There we are. These were really good avocados. You know, sometimes you can get some that are not so wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and spread these again on the outsides, the parts we just cut. And the reason that they turn brown is they hit the air, and that oxygen, you know, just sort of does what it does. It oxidizes the avocado, and there you have it starting to turn colors. So we're going to do the same thing. And now that we have them all on our plate, we're going to take some of the egg mixture and we are going to top each one. Doesn't this make like a nice presentation? All of the beautiful colors just sort of just makes you want to just dig in. And these are all very healthy and good for you. You're getting a lot of the amino acids and vitamins and things you need. Now, I'm going to sprinkle some bacon. You want me to tell you how healthy bacon is for you? I tried. Okay, so we're just going to sprinkle some bacon. Woohoo! All right, so we have that. And then lastly, we are going to add some fresh dill. So let me move a few things around. We're just gonna grab some dill. All right. Now, I'm telling you, these do not stay on the plate. They go very, very quickly. So, don't have anyone come in to help you because they won't make it to the plate. They are fabulously delicious. All right, there we, oh, and dill, so aromatic, just smells delicious, All right, so we're just gonna toss that. And really, you can serve these without the arugula on the plate, but I sort of kind of season the arugula just for a little extra. And let's see. Let's try to make this look a little bit more presentable. There we are. And here is our next easy app. And then I usually just do one little dollop on top. Once you taste this creamy chipotle on the top, you are going to see why I used it as the mayonnaise. And you will make it and have it in your refrigerator at all times. So here we have our avocado and salmon squares. So we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit, little pinch, salt and pepper. Now, before I dig in, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we will finish up with our easy apps. We'll end that with our stuffed tomatoes. I'll see you in just a few. Hi, Chef Renee here. You can now watch Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee directly from your computer, tablet, or phone. Just visit us at www.wintv.org. Go to What's New on WinTV, then select WinTV On Demand. Then click Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee. You can watch any episode you'd like, going all the way back to season 1. So throw out your TVs and check us out online. Huh? Just kidding. Don't throw out your TVs. I didn't say that. Now to get started on our last easy app, stuffed tomatoes. Now you can use this also as an entree. I personally like my tomatoes to go into the oven after I hollow them out. I like to put them in the oven for, maybe about 5 or 10 minutes on bake at about 400. I also like to saute my corn and onions. So right now we're going to put in our corn. I just like to give the corn some color to it. So let's just scoop in. There we are. So I'll let that work around for a little bit. And once that starts to really get a nice little sear on it, I think I'll do a little bit of salt and pepper, but then I'll add the red onions. Now, this can be a completely fresh, uncooked salad. You can hollow out your tomatoes. You don't have to cook them. I would put a little salt and pepper, drizzle a little oil on them as they are hollowed out. And then when you make your mixture, which you can use the corn directly off of the cob, or you can use corn out of the can, just drain it, get rid of all of the liquids in there. And then you can put your fresh onions, red onions. I would chop the onions extremely small because you don't really want to bite into that. Now, another thing I like in this is I love to have my celery in there, but the remaining ingredients will not be cooked. But just so that you know, none of this has to be cooked. This is just my preference. So let's stir our corn and check on that. Good, good. We're getting some of the browning, which I like. We don't need too much of it. Just sort of kind of a warming up. Now, I'm going to add in the red onions. Now, you can use as many or as little as you like. I'm going to use them all. And I know typically I soak my red onions in wine, but I'm not soaking these today. I like it just the way it is. So just gonna stir that around a bit just to give the onions an opportunity to soften up a bit. And I think the sweetness from the corn will also help balance out that bite that the onion has. So while that's there doing its thing over there, I'm going to go ahead and add the cucumbers into the bowl. And these are English cucumbers. They've been seeded and diced. All right, we're going to put in our celery that's been diced as well. And I have mango here. There we go. Look at that juicy mango. All right, and the mango adds a very nice sweet taste to it and a soft texture because we got a lot of crunchy things going on here. Now, I'm going to sit that to the side. Let's check that out a little bit more. Okay, I think that that is perfect. We're not trying to really cook the food. So I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to move that so it can begin to cool down. There we are. Now, while that's cooling down, I'm going to take some basil, my lovely, beautiful basil, and we're going to chop up some basil and we're going to chop up some cilantro that will go into the salad as well. This is such a refreshing dish, a refreshing appetizer that it can be used, as I said, for an entree. It could be used for going out to the beach. Let me grab a bunch of cilantro here. And yes, I do keep bunches of cilantro and dill and especially parsley and basil at home on my counter because I love fresh herbs. So I think that that should be enough in here, and we're just gonna chop that all up. Oh man, it smells good. There we are. All right, now, so I am going to scoop those in last. Let's see. Let's just get them ready and on the scooper, or scraper, but I like scoop. There we are. All right, now I'm going to pull out some of my tomatoes that have a filling that we made earlier, and then those that have been hollowed out and went into the oven. Aren't they just lovely? But as I said, you can do these fresh. They don't have to be baked. So I'm going to stir these together, these ingredients, and look at these beautiful colors. This is good anywhere, spring, summer, winter, or fall. Okay, just got a little carried away. There we go. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt. And I'll add a pinch of pepper, not too much. Let's check on the things that we're cooking. Now, this is still hot, as you can see. You do want this to cool. And it's not bad if it doesn't cool. You just want it to cool so it doesn't affect the crispness of your cucumbers and your celery. But I'm going to go ahead and add it because I'm ready to dig in. So, and also the coolness of the other ingredients will help this cool down faster. But remember, if you have the time, let it cool completely. Oh, look at this. Look at how beautiful. Aren't these colors lovely? Yay. All right, now, just when you think it couldn't get any better, here we are with our fresh basil and our cilantro. There we are. Drop the mic. Here we go. I'm adding a champagne and mango vinaigrette. And this really bumps up the flavor and just knocks your socks off. I'll show you how to make this.
Here's a quick tip: champagne and mango vinaigrette. First, you'll need a food processor. Add to the food processor fresh squeezed lemon juice, champagne vinegar, honey, and mango puree. Blend all ingredients together. Now slowly drizzle in olive oil. Add in salt and pepper to taste. And there you have champagne and mango vinaigrette. It's a quick tip.
That was easy, wasn't it? Here we go. Now, I could stand here and continue squirting. And as you see, it's not like a thick vinaigrette or dressing, but boy, does it pack a powerful flavor. Look at that. And it gives it just the perfect consistency. Oh, lovely. Boy, that is good. You know what I love? I love the crunch of the cucumber and of the celery. That is just wonderful. I think that is perfect now. So I'm gonna put my tomatoes up here. And then we will take a spoon and we will add our stuffing. Now you can serve this also on a bed of lettuce, and you can serve 2 of them, or you can just serve it as is. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? And if you want, you can, let's see, what do we use? We use cilantro. And I'm not gonna chop up this cilantro, I'm just gonna tear it and throw it around there. Now, this looks so beautiful, I cannot wait to dig in. All right. Which one? It's saying, pick me, pick me. I shall pick you, yes. Let's move that there. Chop it off a little bit more. There we go. Yes. All right, so let's dig in. And I'm gonna tell you, look, it's just because you are my audience, I'm using a fork and a knife at home. I picked that baby up and bit into it. It was such a nice mess. Okay, so let's cut that right open. Oops. That's very good. I want to thank you for joining me here today on Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee. Check me out at www.simplyfreshfoodwithchefrenee.com or watch this episode or any of our other episodes at wintv.org. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Simply Fresh Food with Chef Renee is sponsored by Newgate Farms, with farms located in Connecticut and New York. Woolrath Cookware. Check them out online at Woolrath University. And Red Tail Heart, available online or at your local bookstore.